G'day folks, how's it going? Bobby here, aka TheNoobKarter, and we are at Slideways Pimpamar again for the final of the November race event. Let's get cracking.
Always looking, always searching.
Okay, so coming up to the grid, we are starting in 11th. This time, it is a stinking hot day. It was 32 degrees by 10 a.m. That's the time that was ambient, 32 degrees ambient. I don't know what it was on track. It would have been higher than that, but pretty warm. Green flag's going past. There's my lovely legs. Don't want you guys to get distracted by my lovely legs, so I covered them up. Alright, green flag's jiggling around, so that's set and go. 15 has a horrid start. 14 goes around me and pushes me into a wall. I am not surprised. It's the third race in a row that driver had pushed me into a wall, so really should have expected it, but there we go. Like I was saying earlier, very hot temperatures. Karts were a bit slower in terms of acceleration and top speed and all that sort of stuff because of the heat. Also felt like the tyres may have been overheating. I don't really know enough about tyres to really comment, but the back end especially felt a bit skatier than normal, a little bit looser. So I think the heat might have been affecting the tyres there. You know, I realised just before that you guys haven't seen my ugly mug for a little while, so yeah, I've just been doing mostly karting videos. Bet you thought I almost went up the outside of 5 there. That was close. I bet you thought my ugly mug was going to flash up on screen, but it didn't. So you know, oh, there it is, cheeky bugger. Number 14 didn't have a great run out of the last corner there, so 5 looked like they were going to go up the inside, but or try to, but nothing happened. I felt like I had some pace on these drivers. I was when I got some clean air in a lap or two, I caught up to them pretty quickly. Oof. Avoided a bit of a prang up the butt there at number 5. But yeah, when I got some clean air, I think I was not hugely faster, but maybe 0.3 of a second quicker than 5, and I don't know what number was ahead of him at the time, but I felt like if I was a little bit further up, my times were similar to those of the people that were in like 5th and 6th position, so I would have been a little bit higher. Right now I'm in 12th. Not great, but you know, it's racing, isn't it? I feel like I'm a lot tidier of a driver, at least at this track, than I used to be. I used to be love a bit of a mistake or two. I still make them here and there, but I feel like I'm cleaner than I used to be. That said, I just hit the wall there, so you know. Round the inside, and I try to make, and he just stops mid-corner. I don't know, right up the end of him. He goes really shallow into this corner and understeers into the wall. Wham! That was a hit and a half, wasn't it? He seemed okay after the race, so I think he might be okay. I really should have gone and asked, to be honest. Just did a video on karting etiquette and can't take my own advice, but something I should try to get better at is, yeah, try to be a bit better with that. I should have gone up and said, hey, you okay, that was a big hit. Also, you've pushed me into the wall a couple of times. That's not really on. Maybe try not to gain a few kart lengths in that corner. Like I said, when I've got some free space, what was happening in that turn 2 back before and this turn 7 coming up, when I was behind these guys, I had to stay off the gas longer so I wasn't running up the bum of them when I was close to them. But when I wasn't close to them, I could just let my normal line go, and I was quicker than them. So here I'm just doing my normal line. I'll show you when we get up to turn 2. So turn 1 here. Now turn 2 here, off the gas, and then back on it here, and then go through. Now normally, my off the gas would be maybe a split second, so off the gas, back on it, just to settle the kart very slightly. And here, off the gas, back on it about here, and that basically not to run up the bums of everyone else. But I've kind of been thinking, should I be running up the bums of them just to sort of get in their head and let them know I'm here? Just give them a light tap, nothing big, nothing to make them offline, but just to let them know I'm there. Is that a way to sort of get in their head a little bit more? I'm not sure. You guys comment below. I'd love to hear some advice on passing at this track. What you would do. Elbows out and just kind of push your way through. Try to get in the head a little bit by tapping them. I don't know, what would be your strategy, I guess. Had a bit more pace than I normally would there. Usually they pull away from me in that straight, but they didn't there. Right up the bum here, and again, just had to stay off the power longer than I would like myself normally, just to not run up the bum of them. Overall, I think it's been a pretty clean race, a good race. No one's acting like a real galah or a drongo, or any of those colloquial Aussie terms for idiot. Get a bit of a bad run out of there. Just understeer a little bit wide. I didn't have a great entry into turn 3, so it didn't work perfectly. Really feel like qualifying is so super important. I know I mentioned this last time, but how important qualifying is to get a bit higher. If I started at 9th and had a bit of a bad run, but you can see because of that last lap, because of that bad run into lap 1, turn 1, no, turn 3, sorry, lap 1 of race 1, it really pushed out all my, like the rest of the race event. I was sort of starting from the back from the rest of that. So qualifying and having a good start of race 1, it's super important. And I have learnt from this race about covering my line into turn 2. That's something I didn't do in race 1 on the first lap. I had the inside line for turn 1 and then I didn't stay on the inside for turn 2, and that's something I should have done. I wouldn't have been in the same position. Checkered flag. That's the race. But yeah, I wouldn't have been in the same position. So that's something I can take away from this race event. Always trying to learn, always trying to do better. The heat made us a little bit slower than normal. About 0.8 of a second slower than normal. But some good racing. Next race is in a couple of days for me, the December race event, and that's the last for the year. So there should be a video in a week or 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for joining me. Like and subscribe if you've had fun watching this or got some info from my other videos. Anyway, have a good day. TheNoobKarter signing off. Cheers.